Alright, so now that we are done with that, we need to write our for loop for it. I already have it, well, it's not really copied, but I'll just copy the one we used last video and change it up to match with our new one. So, well, while we're here, make sure when you guys create the X and Y, the X and Y is initiated and defined above it. Alright, so let's go ahead and define our states that we will be using. I'm just gonna make this pretty simple. So we're just gonna use a walking to shop, buying, and then hopping. So those will be our three states. So for our first one, we're checking if Lumpy dot contains our player. If it does, then that's when we want to initialize or start walking to shop state. So we'll do state equals state dot walking to shop. And there's that. Let's go ahead and write our case statement. Walking to shop. Whoops. Case. Go ahead and break it, and then copy my code over. You guys could just pause it, and you guys could just pause it and copy it. So walk into shop. So you don't want it to be called this. We're gonna actually iterate through our area. So we do area or path one. Same thing with this. Make sure you use path or your area path, not your tile path. Oh, see, the reason why this doesn't work right here is because it can't choose an area to walk to, so you have to specify a tile. So we get to do path one dot do. Oh, it's not that. How did I do it? Or path one choose dot random. So it chooses a random tile that's inside your area. Hopefully it doesn't click on the most outer one, but it's possible. But it shouldn't be too bad. And then we want this to we don't want it to check if our players is in that tile. What we really want to check is if our player is not inside the area. So we'll do if path one I dot contains our player. So it checks if our player is not inside of this area, then that's when we want it to go ahead and click. But the moment we get into the area, that's when it loops through the next one and checks it. So while we do this, I think it's always good to use a sleep method. Let's go ahead and import my random number generator method. I'm just gonna copy it here as well and paste it. So just pause it, and if you need to use it, go ahead and use it. Make sure you guys close it off. And that should fix that. Now we have to define the area for the store. So I already have one set up that I looked up beforehand. So store is equal to new area 2953.3202 2960.3205. And that'll be this area right here. And so let's go ahead and write our next statement. So we're gonna do else if store dot contains our player. If it is, then we'll change the state to buying. Alright, so for buying, we have to define our NPC that we will be talking to. So what you want to do, well, first of all, write your log. And then go ahead and do NPC is equal to, let's go ahead and import it. Import it to get NPCs dot closest. And go ahead and create our filter. Make sure it is not equal to C is not to null, and C dot get name should be Brian. Yeah. And then we could do dot get name. Whoops, you're not supposed to put that there. So you gotta do dot equals. It could be content equals, it doesn't matter. Brian. And that's pretty much our whole filter that we will be using to choose Brian out of all the NPCs around. So now we need to interact with it. So we'll do NPC. We'll do NPC dot interact trait. Okay. Because if you right click, you can see these are the interactions. Then we got to create a shop object. This will store the interface whenever we click. This whole interface will be stored inside the shop. It's just kind of like a way to check if the store is actually open. So we'll do shop equals get shop. So yeah, just checks which store you have currently open. I think Dreambot probably has some way of detecting if you're trading certain things. So now let's go ahead and create a state, just because the NPC moves around and you don't want your character to spam click them. So like, let's say if you were over here, you don't want it to be like trade. So we'll just make it sleep randomly. And then the next part is just pretty much buying our stuff. So alright. Sorry about that. Kind of coughing. Alright, so now it's all about buying the arrows. So we'll check if the shop is open. If shop dot is open, then we want to see if shop dot get stale arrows. Make sure that it has the amount that we want. I will be checking if it has more than, let's say, 1485, since that max is at 1500.